But I mean, there are people that followed it. I have no idea what was going on. So I'm going to get one. Explain it to me in 2 minutes here, what the story is. What's the big deal? Why did the press just go crazy over this guy?
Oh, what I miss.
We were just talking about what we don't know about the Alex Murdaugh case.
I don't either. I think I'm out.
There are some people that followed it and were watching it like, like it was Housewives of New Jersey or something.
Yes. Which is a great transition to that. Is exactly where me and Andre met.
Oh yes,
on that set.
On
that set at like Teresa's house, right?
Yeah, and they're looks like they're still going strong.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's funny with all the shows that I've done. I always say that Teresa specifically is a star because of the access that you have into her life. Do you know what I mean? Like that level of access, and it started with the access of those children. The fact that she was like back in our days, like her kids were very little, but they were little starlets running around, and that made them rude and obnoxious and all this other stuff, but also very fashionable. And they'd pose, at 5 years old, they'd do one of these and you'd be like, okay, and she's got something. So that franchise has definitely got something. We're filming a very similar series with women in Atlanta right now. That was the call I just got. And Tiara, we got some bad news that we have a mom who's in the hospital, unfortunately, and they're just dealing with that, so the family is just like, mom's still with it, but she's very, very sick, let's put it that way. So the mom of one of our main cast members is very, very sick, so it's very sensitive what we're filming down there in Atlanta right now. So
wow,
real life.
COVID or something like that?
No, stroke.
You hear that, Andre? Age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Age. I'm up there too, guys. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I used to be a whippersnapper. Okay. Now this gray hair is real. It's not fake anymore.
So what age are you? Can I ask?
44.
Oh, wow, you're really up there.
Stop it. You stop it.
I'm 70, so I just turned 70 the other day.
Yeah. What day?
28th.
My father turned 79 on the 23rd.
Ooh.
You're his Pisces twin.
That's right. Pisces.
Can you resend to Bart the link?
No, he got in. He just got in. Is that all we're waiting for?
Yes. So I was at a shoot and the guy was
what's up, brother?
A retired military guy, and he goes, and I always show up early, anywhere, and he goes, if you show up early, you're on time. If you show up on time, you're late. And if you show up late, you're just shit out of luck.
Yeah, you're fucked. We waited for you, Bart. We waited.
Oh, I appreciate it. I haven't been on a Zoom meeting in months, so I don't know.
Like it's an old timers thing. Did you want to meet us here in New York? Did you prefer to get in your car and come here to New York for our meeting?
No, I would never question the utility of Zoom. Just
okay.
Just took me a minute to get it going again.
Yeah. Which button to press? Press here. Okay.
Bart, you're a lucky man. I spend a lot of my days sitting right here, brother.
Yeah.
A lot of my days, man.
Me too. Yeah. You want to be driving around in traffic?
I miss it sometimes.
Yeah. You miss it?
I do. You know what I miss? I miss creatively writing in a room with a ton of people.
That's something else. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're like, when you can look at someone's eyes and be like, hey, what do you think of that idea? And they go, my Tiara, my assistant who's on, right, is always with me, right? When she visually looks at me, she doesn't have to say anything. She'll be like, that's a boring idea. And I'll be like, let's move. Right? Like people that know me really well know when I'm into something, when I'm not into something.
She's collaborative.
Yeah. I miss that land. I don't miss paying for office space though. Right? That's the other thing. Because that amount of money was always, coming out of budgets that was like, okay, can we get this done without paying for like a bunch of cubicles and a bunch of desks? Okay, great. Let's do that.
So I'll bring everybody here. This is not only a crew here, but it's a team. And again, I feel that I've collected some of the best people possible for this, and I thank everybody that's on this call, and everyone is a team and not a crew member. So this is, I'll tell you how far I've gotten, or the overall, and then I would like to have Rashid and Bart jump in on cameras and, you know, technical. I don't think we should have this go over 30 minutes. Obviously, as it gets closer, we'll have another one. And so here we are. So we have this shop in Red Bank. It's an award-winning shop. They got Best of Intima awards for Intima magazine, and it's beautiful. It's clean and ultra modern. So the idea is three women arrive, roll in, walk in, and go literally a girl's day shopping is how it was presented to me. That's what they called it. So, and they see the 6 designer outfits. They go into the dressing room, and each model will try on two separate outfits. The way the editing is that there'll be 3 final winners. So 3 of the 6 outfits won't make the video. The video is put to music. It's tops, it'll be 90 seconds, anywhere from a minute, 15 seconds to a minute 30. Can't go over because of just the attention span and the pacing of the evening. This video will be shown at the Femmies during Fashion Week. It's a big gala for the Under Fashion Club, which is an organization that nurtures new designers, and it's just an association of lingerie and shapewear and swimsuit. So there'll be 350, 400 people seeing this. Because of its new slant, which is for people, and we check the verbiage on this, for handicapped people, people that don't have legs, how do you put slacks on? People that don't have hands, how do you adjust the bra? Or people in a wheelchair, how do you just, period, put your clothes on? So we have a woman that is, suffering from let's just say a situation where her hands are like little flippers. She's in a wheelchair, you know, she cannot move around without an assistant 24/7. So we have her, we have a
what's her name, Andre? What's her name again?
Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren. We have a beautiful African-American woman out of Ohio. She had a situation where she lost her legs, and subsequently lost her fingers also. So so that's the second one. That's Kia. And then we have a woman out of Virginia that lost her hand below her wrist in an accident. And I'm drawing a blank on what her name is, but they're all powerful. They're all advocates for Allie, for McGraw, I think, or McGrath. They're all advocates and powerful voices in the community for their station in life. So we're assuming there's going to be a lot of press. There's going to be a lot of social going on. Kat and I are working on it together. She's the lead for the interviews and the just getting the word out to the under fashion community. I, on the other hand, I'm going to be producing, putting together the pieces for this shoot, and that's why we're all together. On that day, it's March 26th. We're going to have a Sprinter van pick up the 6 designers, students, seniors in Fashion Institute Technology, and maybe their friend or not. It's a 16-seater. They're going to be delivered. They're going to be picked up at around 8:30. We want to get to the place at around 9:30, and we'll have the models in chairs for hair and makeup starting at 10, and we'll have the first shot probably at 11:30, and we'll just keep rolling, and we'll have a working lunch. We'll wrap by 5. We have I secured a hair salon across the street for a green room, for our snacks, for our just staging area, because that the shop by itself is too small. And right now we have over 20 people that are involved in different capacities. I can't have them. Rashid and Bart can't have them for the distraction, and also for being in the frame.
Mhm. Right.
So, okay, so we'll be across the street. The way that I figured out that we're going to have six, so 2 women are outside the fitting room. It's a hallway, and the model comes out, and she, with quick, fast, upbeat music, quick edits, she twirls around. We show like the snaps, the Velcro. It's the clothing is going to be specially designed for handicapped people who can't operate a button or a zipper. So we're really looking forward to seeing what kind of designs we have. Because I can't have all 3 changing all the time and to still have continuity, we're going to get 3 white robes that the women come into the shop owner will give these 3 robes to them, so they'll always be wearing it. So whenever, so we don't see that they're changed or they're not changed, and so that will help with timing. 2 of the women are going to wear wigs, so we'll save some time there with hair, and then we just wrap at 5. The model, 2 are driving in, 1 with the wheelchair. We're halfway there. We're looking for non-medical emergency transport. We believe we have her coming in, and by the end of today, I'll get her leaving also at 5 from Red Bank. Like I said, it's working. I'll send you. I found 2 songs on YouTube that have 90 seconds of upbeat, kind of like 90s genre, era music, only because that's the audience age group that we're going to be working with. So we can't be that current, and then we can't have like Elvis Presley songs either. So somewhere at the turn of the century, so to speak, although that sounds really far away. And the last shot is, because we're taking a Sprinter back to New York to FIT. That's how they will all leave, because that will be the cheat shot, that because the models are coming in at different times, we can have them. The way I figured it out, and you guys have to help me, is they get their purchases and they leave the shop. That's the end. And then we have a nice Sprinter van, even though one is a medical, with all sorts of stickers that says 24/7 emergency medevac. That's not pretty to look at. So they'll all kind of be next to a Sprinter, and then maybe the Sprinter is leaving, and that will imply that they all left together. basically that's all I have to report at this time. And you know, we're looking for 90 seconds. We're looking for quick, fast edits. It's where this is going to be shown is it's a party atmosphere. People immediately start talking as soon as you know, videos go up. You know, so we got to keep their attention. That's all.
From that,
I'll jump in. I'll jump in to say I love it. I did What Not to Wear for a lot of years. So fashion makeover shows that dealt with, you know, women having, you know, hard times in their life, and then, you know, the outfit making them better, right? And I also did a series for Style Studio for Microsoft, which was all about dress like you mean it, right? So let me ask two questions, and then I'll give you just kind of like what I hear, because me and Andre have been talking about it, and I think I got to write this up as well, so that we can kind of like base, you know, what we're thinking. So we have 3 women coming in who are all disabled. That makes sense. Then we also have 6 FIT students who are also in the piece, correct?
No.
No, not in the piece at all.
The students are there is because nobody knows how to dress the handicapped people with their unique outfits.
Yeah.
So the students are actually going to be the stylists, but they will be off camera. They will come with the garments, which are insured, and they will leave with the garments in the same way that they brought them. The models and the designers will be they're supposed to be talking about accessories, shoes, you know, where applicable, jewelry, and we're waiting for mood boards for makeup and hair. But the designers are there just as stylists.
So the pitch, given I've done so much stylist work, and this is, I'm not trying to change the pitch completely, right? Here's my pitch, okay? It is hard to dress in intimate wear if you are disabled, right? That's like that's the whole crux of this whole entire story, right? So we're gonna go into this luxury award-winning intimates boutique in Red Bank, New Jersey, and create a dream-like experience. You know, it's Sex in the City. It's every girl's dream. If you're disabled or you're not disabled, you want to feel amazing by the end of this, right? The people that are going to give it to you are either going to be the shop or the stylists, right? So I think you could interview the stylists, right? And use their audio to get you from point A to point B. If it's like, well, you know, this garment comes with a button on the left that helps you if you don't have blank, right? Or if your aide needs to use this to this, then it does this, right? There is a world, because Andre and I spoke about the women, the models themselves, right? Not actually being able to tell the story, right? But you might be able to get the students to tell the story, is a thought. Think about it, right? Because it makes it extremely easy to edit. Right? It's like boom, you know, Sex in the City shot. We have 3 amazing women today who are going to get dressed in wear from blank, right? And it's going to be the best girls' day, right? Cut to 3 glasses of champagne and all the ladies going, ching, you know, they're enjoying their lives, right? But first we've got to try it on, and that has its challenges, right? And you know, Kia goes in first, right? And Kia puts something on, and we have extreme, you know, Bart, we have extreme close details like macro soft shift lenses of like click, 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 reveal. Someone comes out, I love this garment because it's a red bodysuit and it's a so-and-so and it's a so-and-so and it's great. Boom, we're off to the next one, right? So you could kind of pace it up as if it's a makeover show. You know what I mean? And it's a dream, right? So I don't know if you want to keep the stylist fully off camera, you know?
Well, here's the thing with that. If we have 90 seconds, we really have under 30 seconds per person. Would it be the students? They're ultra modern, brand new, but they're students, so they're not, you know, like stylists at the high end. We're talking about, you know, student wear and
overseeing they're overseeing that their pieces are put on correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But what within that 30 seconds, if they're off screen, then it's kind of jarring because the voices are going to be different for each one. that's part one. I I like where you're going with this. I don't know whether we should introduce even more people, because that'll be just, very
They're gonna be worried about hair and makeup.
Well, I can jump in if it's cool and give my 2 cents. I think the questions. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we kind of.
The questions I think are like, can each designer say like 1 or 2 sentences about their garment? And then the other question is about the audience, right? Like, so where this is shown, is that like, do you think that people will be more engaged from this quick little narration from the designer, or do you think they're going to be less engaged? I don't know personally. Like, I don't really have a. I'm just bringing up the questions, I suppose.
There's one other aspect. I interview these people, these designers, and I will do it before we even meet, on Zoom. And I ask them a bunch of questions, and they will be prepared to say their thing about their intentions, what they wanted, how they picked out the fabric, all the stuff and all the accessories. So I give them probably a couple minutes, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 6 minutes to talk about themselves and their piece. So that's on a side. And there's a reason for that, is so that I create a ballot on their website where members can vote which garment is the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And so they pick 3 out of the 6. So that does happen, in terms of
And the
interview.
voting happens at the night of or before the night of?
Before the event. Yes.
Okay, got it. And they get awarded at the event.
Yep.
So the only push that I have is that, to Bart's question, 90 seconds of just music is hard to watch for me at an event, right? I'll turn it off, right? Like 90 seconds is great for an action flick that, I'm really convinced that we want to know who's coming out of the wormhole or something like that. But if you've got 90 seconds, and even if I can script it out and send it to you, just like the quick thoughts in my head. But even if you just made it like, you use the models as just models, right? And and you get one person to say, we drive home the storyline, which is, even a handicapped person can look sexy and feel beautiful. You know what I mean? Opening line. Right? And it's shot of, beautiful shot of the logo, so you take 10 seconds and you set the scene, right? The ladies are happy. So we're planning a girls' day where everyone's going to feel beautiful, right? And then Cindy comes in and says, my garment is special because it does blank and blank. How long did it take me to say that? Like, I'll time myself, right? My garment is special because it's got a blank, and it's also got a blank with a blank and a blank. That took me 10 seconds, right? I just counted it. Right? And then we cut to bing, ba-bing, 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 right? And then you go to style, slow-mo, person coming out of dressing room, And so it's like intricate detail. So it's always, we call it futzing in the fashion game, right? So it's like futz here, reveal, da-da-da, crescendo of music. She comes out, and this is the lace bodysuit by Jamie Riff. Right? Then we switch over. Click, 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 click. Well, my garment is special because it's got a click, click, a click, click, a click, click, and a click, click. Right? My name is Cindy Bauer, and I've created the who'sy what's it, choosy what's it. Right? Also 10 seconds. Right? So you don't and listen, if you have some time in the edit, you could put in a little bit of backstory, but I don't think you use the models, right? I think you use a backstory that's about what each model's dealing with, right? So if you don't, if you don't have the use of your hands, your aide can easily put on a bodysuit using a blank and a blank, right? And we just keep selling the story along the way. You have graphics come on the screen, and your setups are pretty simple, right? So, I think that the Girls' Day B-roll is up first, right? You really want to sell the fact that the shop is beautiful, right? And that they're having fun, right? And it also looks like, I'm glad, Kat, I'm glad you sent that doc over, because it also looks like all the ladies are pretty comfortable in their own skin, you know?
Yeah.
Because you have great photos of them getting fitted right here,
Right.
right? And they all look pretty happy to have this experience. So I think, Bart, it's all about the smiling faces, you know, like this idea of, like, you know, because we as a public don't know that you can put on intimates being handicapped. So it's all about the smiling faces. You've got an attractive cast, you know, it's not perfect, but that's the point, right? And you just sell it every single time. And then, Andre, what you're saying is that the winners will only appear in the final piece. Is that right?
Correct. So we're going to, there's 6 garments. So in my mind, they come in and it's one of these shops. You and I already scouted it, where they just have like one outfit on a hanger, and then you pick that style, and then they go in the back, and then they get, you know, in your size, you know, fitted. So I'm feeling that, or in my mind, they come in, and on the rack there's these 6 different outfits, and it's up to them to, we have to have 6 separate outfits, and then Bart, who's also going to be editing this, because he's going to be you know, intimate with the shoot, and so he will do the editing. It's going to be edited in such a way that only 3 out of the 6 will make it.
Right.
And that's where we get the 90 seconds tops. And I like what you're saying. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around, if we have the designer on camera, you know, in a different room, you know, is that how you picture it? Like,
No, I see it as exactly like what it is, right? I'm so glad Kat sent these photos, right? If you look at let me see if I can share. I'll give you
but what would the designers be doing in a store that's selling this, that's implying that it's being sold, and out of nowhere the designer comes in and starts fitting them? Or I mean, we can have, you know, possibly another person, say a salesperson, who you know, they get into their outfit, and then we recreate that the salesperson is helping with the snaps. So you have that, oh, I see how that latch works, or the Velcro snaps and all that. So we would have a salesperson instead of, like, you know, a student in a store. That would be that'd be a tough transition to, you know, for me to figure out. You know, I don't mind the
Plus, with a
voiceover.
lot, it's confusing. It could be too many assets in the environment. So to remember, oh, that designer designed that, and now she's fitting it on this woman. I think it has to be simpler.
Okay. Listen, I'm in. I am on the other camp, and Bart, you can play tiebreaker, and Kat and Andre, you can play tiebreaker. I think you are at an event, and everyone watching the sequence is going to be prepared to say, we're about to give an award to 3 designers from FIT, right?
Mhm.
Right.
If I'm going to give an award, Project Runway style,
Right.
we've all watched it. If I'm going to give an award to a designer, I'm expecting to see a designer on screen, right? Like it's completely in my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? So because out of the,
I see what you mean.
you know what I mean? Like in the commercial world, who's playing raw out there in the universe, different. But we're all here because 3 people are going to win tonight, right? Or 3 outfits are going to win,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
okay, here's the other thing. Before we get this event is happening on August 2nd, right? And so in between there, from when you guys shoot stuff, I have to pull it together and make a ballot on the website so they can go in and look at, for each student, each design, There has to be like who the student is, and there's a long list of questions that they will answer or talk about. And then we will show their mood board. We will show their statement of their person. And, you know, and so I throw all that stuff in on a ballot. So that information could go in there too. That has to
Well,
go.
the mood board is like what you just said in terms of like style just happening at FIT. Let's really set it up. This is an FIT event. Someone's going to win for design, right? So in our heads, we're now thinking of it logistically. So I'm going to be the crazy person. That's my role. I'm going to be the crazy person to say how I see it, right? Which is completely different from how a producer sees it, right? I see it as these three designers achieved the impossible. They have created intimate wear for the handicap. What? Because me and Andre went to the shop. It's super sexy, right? I brought my girlfriend, right? I was hoping she would pick something out, right? I was like, because it's a super sexy, sensual shop, right? You do the pans and the whips and all that stuff, and it looks like, oh my God, we're in the lingerie world. I don't know if you're disabled, you would even walk in here. So now, if you cut to, hey, my name is Megan, and I designed, cut to mood board, right? Something that I think is great for people in wheelchairs, right? You know, cut to futzing shot. It has a click on the back and a who's what's it on the front and a boozy what's it on the back. Love it. You're out the door. That's less than 30. That's 15 seconds, right? So you still get montage kind of stuff, and then you fall in love with the individual person from FIT. Do you know what I mean? You just use the models to be models. Do you know what I mean? And that puts them at a very low expectation. You know what I mean? You give them the robes, you know, you get them in the back, as long as they're fine with being photographed the way that the cat scout fitting shots that we have, right? So you just have, Bart, you got to be mad tight, maybe even on a Ronin or something moving or something like that. You know, you get the this and the this and the this, and then, you know, it's the same exact shot of someone walking out every single time. Right? We can run that very, very quickly, right? And then you have a reaction shot of, you know, the other girls, if you want it, you know, being like, oh my God, it's so nice.
I'm fine with that. You know, you're bringing me over to, you know, like I said, we're a team, and everyone has a specific part in this, and you're the director, and you know, so and I'm hearing, you know, from your experience, yeah, 90 seconds is a lifetime. I don't think I've watched anything for 90 seconds. You know, unless
it's long. At an event, if it's just music, you'll turn off. You want some emotional stakes. Do you know what I mean? In a perfect world, you get one person at the end to say, oh my God, I feel like a star.
So here's the only thing is I'm trying to figure out where do we put these designers that are talking? Are they like in like a green room, or like?
No, I don't think it has to be formal. Yeah, I don't think it has to be formal. I think the whole entire thing, because it's a shopping day of girls, right? I think when people meet a stylist, it's a really big deal. Right? All of us on this Zoom call would love to hang out with a stylist and take them shopping. That's part of the dream experience, right? So it's not, because since the space isn't big, if you go towards that front of the shop where like the couches or whatever, right? You can literally do a handheld interview. We could Hollywood in some lights, and you know, it's just, you know, you're looking at me right now, you know, like, hey, my name is Jamie. I did this and this, and you just run them through, right? And you could actually do that potentially when the ladies are in hair and makeup. Speaking of hair and makeup and fitting and things like that, you know, I think that we fully lean into the dream, Sex and the City of it all. I think, you know, we can, like, my team can bring some champagne glasses, some Prosecco, you know, it should really feel like, oh
now
my
you're
God.
talking.
We're getting, yeah, we all want Prosecco.
Kat, I'm feeling it, and also it dovetails with us discussing when you were going to be interviewing,
right?
You know, and it was going to be at the couch.
We were
So,
talking about it.
yeah, so I mean that, and
If it's
and
too much
because
interference, we were
and
thinking about
because
doing it on
two,
Zoom.
two of them are wearing wigs, I mean, we just saved an hour right there, a half hour each in
That's
the
true.
chairs. So within the hour, I mean, like you said, 10 minutes of interview, and just get some real powerful statements about what the garment is, and they'll have the garment right there. So it will remind them of, you know, the special, you know, whatever special.
So they're going to be on camera. They're going to need, I'm going to need to tell them that those designers are going to be on camera, and they'll have to, you can see here, they're not, nobody's, you know, they're designers, you know, and they're like
Yeah,
students.
they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
You want to see this black girl with the huge hair. You know what I mean? You want to see this like sweetie pie who's got like her midriff out. You know what I mean? Like, let's let them own it. You know?
What I saw in my head
Go ahead, brother.
when you mentioned like that they would, you know, say a quick word, like I'm thinking about like, you ever seen like a BuzzFeed interview where like it's like there's the three of them, 1, 2, 3, and they're all together, and like when one of them speaks, the other two turn and smile and nod, and like they're all kind of like interacting together.
Mm.
And
Designers?
it's very quick. Like we get that clip done. Like that's one clip. We just have one sentence, and like they all just kind of like, yeah, like the other ones are like, yeah, I know, yeah, mine too. And it's like this, you know what I mean? Like, or like they're just kind of smiling and looking as the other one's talking. So,
But at this point, there's going to be 6 of them. 6, not 3.
There's 6 different designers, not
Yeah.
3 designers.
oh, so we don't want to
models.
like give it away by
Yeah.
only interviewing
I like that idea.
3 of them.
Yeah, but if you interview all 6 separately, then you can cut out the 3 that don't win.
That's
right?
what I was thinking. Yeah.
Because there's 6 different designers.
Yeah,
We
okay.
cycle them into one interview space, right? We lock off one interview space.
Right,
We can do it handheld, or like they've got a couch with pillows and shit. You know, you can do that. Like sit down, like, hey, my name is Jamie. Da, da, da. I like your idea, but with 6, it's too hard. I thought it was 3 too, but it's 6.
Okay.
Hey,
Because the reactions are great. I love the reaction idea. And so there's 6 designers who are each putting one outfit on each of our 3 girls. That's the understanding. Got it. So
yeah,
each model is getting 2 looks.
there you go. There
Got
you
it.
go.
Got it.
Uh-huh. There's one designer that is in another world, but makes it more interesting, I guess. But she's really unique. But they all are friends, these designers. They all know.
Yeah,
them.
I think we do Project Runway here. I think we basically do Project Runway. You know what I mean? So I think for Bart, for the assets, I think you should get all the things that we put into the ballot too, like the original sketches. That's some pretty cool Project Runway stuff. That'll help eat up time. You know, like we designed. You know, you can even do Charlie's Angels, right? Like we designed like 3 looks, and it's all the different sketches on screen. You know. I'm live brainstorming. I'll put it all on paper, I promise. but there's a level to it that you can definitely, like, Andre makes a great point. So I'm here to like make it as engaging as possible, right? Like at a party, no one wants to listen, right? So you got to open it up with like, oh my God, today's like a dream for me, right? That's got to be the first thing you hear. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a voiceover overlay of the place, or an intimate garment. Bart, I think we should shoot the outfits together and separate, right? So like like think of like one, like you could put all the outfits on one rack and do a rolling pan of all those, right? Or like a wraparound. But then I also think you need like a beauty shot of just the item hanging. And like when you go to a lingerie store and they're like perfect, it's like I don't know if we have enough hangers to do that, guys, but it's like one item and it's like, and I made or they would put it on mannequins actually.
Yeah.
Maybe if the store has mannequins, we shoot that last, if we have the time for it. But it's nice to see, like a tilt up, a pan across, a tilt down, because to Andre's fast cut move, right? you can get from point to point, the more footage that we can capture. Because the actual shooting of the ladies in the dressing room and coming out of the dressing room is not going to take me a lot of time. Do you know what I mean? It's like, while they're getting dressed, we sneak in there with one camera when they're fully clothed and get clasp, click, 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 right? We get 3 clicks. And then we go, okay, we're set for the, exterior. And they come out and they do the thing. We shoot it once in regular speed. We shoot it once in slow-mo, maybe. You're done. You're done. As long as you've got sound to cut to that, you're fine.
A lot of times I use Bart's seconds, his the stuff he shot and he wasn't going to use for this movie, but that kind of thing, so I could use it to put the ballot together. Anyway,
this is fun. It's really fun. And it's like, I gotta say it, it's for a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, how many women at home who are disabled don't think that they can do this, and then we're doing that. So it's like, the award's in a good place. It's in a really good place.
Right.
So real quick, I do have a question for the editing. Like, when after the fact, when I'm putting it together, am I gonna be like editing and sending drafts to Rashid, or am I editing and sending drafts to someone else like last time? Or is it like,
I'm open to it, and we don't have to talk about anything extra about it. I'm completely open to helping the edit. So
I'm fine with whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can do that. Like, we can do like a hierarchy, like me, Rashid, whatever, or like
I would like to have that, because I also do social media for them. So I'll take a bit and just to tease them. We got a whole summer to do that. So I'd like to be on the copy, if you could copy me on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Bart, you send it to all of us. We do like a RC1, and then a fine cut, and then we lock it up. We do 2 cuts, and then we lock it up.
Okay.
Feels right. Because it's really about, like, I think Kat, like, you can probably help me script the lines, right? I can do a basic of what I think, but after you interview the ladies, the designers, I think you can help me script it. I mean, and then let's talk, since I'm driving this all crazy in my head, but let me go back to my producer headspace. In terms of budget, if we don't have budget to put the fashion people through hair and makeup, we could ask them to arrive camera ready.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean,
Well, we just to answer that, we've got a great hair guy, great makeup artist, and then we have another Fashion Week woman that was with us last year, Kat, that kind of fills in with hair and makeup. And so
that's right. Yes. Yeah.
Right. So
maybe you give the third to your designers, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And as you said, and it struck a chord, is that they have to be real. So they're not going to look as polished as our models.
Yeah, that's right.
But just, a little shine off the forehead, maybe a little spritz for the hair, a little eyeliner, maybe not. I mean, that's not necessary. And just to not quaff them, but to just give them a little, a little polish. So I'm not against that. And I think, Kat, that as it gets closer, we'll just tell them, like, you're going to be on camera. So, please don't wear logos of other companies. Please don't have sayings on your, shirts or anything like that. I mean, it's really about them. So we can't have other corporate logos or anything that's identifiable.
And then what you could do, Kat, is you could just ask them for 2 outfits that they want to wear, and just have them sent to you, or have them sent to me and you or the team, because they're FIT students, right?
They're going to be bringing them on the bus.
No, what the FIT students are going to be wearing for us.
Ah, I
Right?
see. You want to
Right? You
yeah.
could get like head to toe looks, and they're very accustomed to that, right? So, and I mean, I'm just looking really quickly at what they wore to the fitting would work in our scene work. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm looking at all of them. There's one who's like kind of funky, wearing like super oversized clothes. You probably want to dress her a little bit up, right? The last one who dressed the young lady in the wheelchair, like you probably want to dress her up. But the first two ladies that I'm looking at are cool, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know?
One wore her leather jacket because it was cold in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're fine, except this one that I don't think I took many pictures of because it was a freezing cold day and she wore a crop top.
Yep.
She showed her whole midriff
That's her style.
in a in a freezing weather. And I
She's
said,
going.
"Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm comfortable this way. Okay.
Oh, that's her style. That's her
Yeah.
style. So yeah, if the third hair and makeup artist, like I'm seeing the run of show is like, you put the models in HMU. I don't know if you need the sprinter, Andre, to be honest.
Oh,
Well,
you mean to wrap it up to
Yeah.
as the
I don't know if you need it, I don't know if you need it. Because the problem is that the wheelchair creates like if they were all walking, it'd be different. Because I thought Sex in the City too. So immediately I thought, three women walking down the street. But I think it's actually even cleaner, Bart, if like all three women do a toast and they're like, Girls' Day, you know, something like that. And then that's it. And that's how you establish them, right? Or like big smiles end the piece, or like laughter ends the piece, or something like that. But I think the sprinter, which is what I would normally do, drone shots, sprinter, all this cool sort of shit, it's more intimate, pun intended. You know what I mean? It should be
yeah.
like a smiling face, like, oh my
Right.
God, I've never felt so good in my own skin. Like, we'll make people feel great,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that sounds
Somewhere we have to show, be it that they're walking in, and that's really in the weeds for you, Rashid. You know this backwards and forwards, but somehow the establishing shot that they're walking in, and that we have to grab some signage, which is part of our agreement that at the Femis they will know that this is that shop, and she
Yeah.
has a logo over the counter. So we can have, pan from logo to people coming into the shop, or outside, she's got her sign on the window and they walk past and they walk in. That's really up to you. How you want to establish that they're getting into the shop to shop. And here's the 6 outfits on a rack. So it implies that this woman is fashion forward. She's already she's already sensitive to the handicapped facets of intimate apparel, and that's going to be that's big for her. And also, we need the signage to show that's where we are.
No, we can really sell the signage. Let me think about it, but you might even be able to get a verbal into that, which would really make them happy. Like we're here at blank,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you definitely need the signage. The walking, let me think about, because everyone walks except for the wheelchair, right?
Correct.
Bart, what do you think?
And she has a handler,
And she has a handler.
the wheelchair. Yes.
You're talking about like the entrance shot, like the opening?
Yeah, like here's what I worry about, right? I think that we should lean into everything that's high gloss. And what I worry about is that if you have 3 handicapped people entering, it may look, stilted. It may, not look as sexy, air quotes, as I want it to be. What do you think, bro?
Well, I'm looking at it in my head, and it's like there's 2 of them. Well, one of them would need like the handicap exit from the sprinter. That's number 1. So it like becomes like less uniform.
Yep.
And then like even like walking in the door. I mean, yeah, on the one hand, you're like, okay, well, yeah, it's they're capable, you know what I mean? They're moving and they're going into this shop, and that's a good thing. But then on the other hand,
You know what?
I don't know. I mean, I'm like, I'm sort of on the side of like, you want to keep things more intimate, definitely, because like, I mean, just for me personally, like when I shoot, like I want to get close. Like you start wide, you introduce, and then you're in. You know what I mean? Like that's sort of like I don't know. It's like almost a reflex. Like I'm always like taking a step forward. You know what I mean? So that like, I don't know. The closer, the better. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
generally my.
Let me think on it. I think we're on the same headspace. To Andre's point, we can definitely get the signage in more than once, right? And I think we can get a verbal mention in as well, right? Because we can use it because you can get the signage in transitionally, right? Sometime later in the piece, and you can also verbal mention it at the top. Like we're having a girls' day at, I forgot the name of the shop. Like you could throw that a line in, and that's going to solve. You give them a verbal and 2 signage points, no one's going to be upset, right? Everyone's going to be like, yes, thank you for that. In front of all of FIT, like, even if we could probably slip the city in, truthfully, right? As long as you keep it in the girls' day fantasy dreamscape, right? Just like Sarah Jessica Parker would be like, we're going to Bloomings. Same thing. It's the same concept. And it's a really nice shop. It's really, really nice.
So not to hold up anybody, we can do a little flurry of emails and answer a couple of questions that you have. Otherwise, thank you, Rashid, for really helping us focus in on, from the outline to start to dig in, and it's really things that I haven't thought of, and that's obviously why you're here, is to gel this for as 90 seconds is a lifetime.
Project Runway, just keep telling everyone Project Runway. You know what I mean? Project Runway. This is a Project Runway reveal. The designers are all creating a look. They have to be able to talk with their look with Kat. We'll pull little bites from that, and then Bart and me go get the footage. You're solid. You're solid. You're solid. And it's a girls' day, so we need some champagne. We need some glasses. We'll figure out how to get the entrance shots in there. And the storyline is that we're creating a dream for women. We're creating a dream in intimate apparel. That's it.
When you lean your head that way, it looks like you have a crown on your head.
So what's really funny? What's really funny? So originally, this painting was in my office. I had a Times Square office, and I felt very corporate working in Times Square, right? Like I always wanted to work in Times Square, and then I ended up taking like a vice president job, and it was like it wasn't me directing. It was like me making decisions. So I was like, I'm gonna get a rapper behind me, like in my office there, so that people know I'm not. And I'm gonna get a fun couch, and I'm not a suit, guys. I'm really cool, I promise. I used to be a cool director, right? So then when I moved into this house and it was during COVID, I said, I'm going to put that on one side of me. And this was supposed to be like a meditation corner. And my desk was supposed to be like in the middle. So it's like, oh, he's like really tranquil and he's hip hop. This is a cool guy. But then like naturally, I sit this way. Like I naturally am never like this. Like I've never leaned like this in my whole life. I lean like this, and then just like with the optics, it's like, yeah, if you get in the right place, it's.
Are you left-handed?
No.
Right-handed.
No, but funnily, I have sciatica on my left side, and one of my friends was like, yo, start sleeping on your right side instead of your left side.
Right.
And it absolutely helped. Like I just lean left. Like I drive like this, you know what I mean? Like my whole entire body, like, any ailment I have, like it's all over here. It's very weird. Very weird. Very weird. Very weird. Bart, do you want to connect top of next week, just talk cameras and gear and stuff?
It's a good idea. Yes.
Right.
That's what I was literally thinking, the same thing.
Yeah, we can let the producers go, and then oh, it ended.
Did it?
Oh, no, did it end? No, it didn't end.
No, it didn't.
Direct was giving me a call.
I sent you a picture here of
I saw it.
the designer in her crop top could not get out of it. But I mean, that's how she'll look. It's just, how students are. Anyway.
Sorry, guys. We're trying to get a famous rapper to say yes to us and sign a contract, and she's taken 4 months to do this. So that was the call that she might sign today. But yeah, Bart, let's Tiara, reach out to Bart. Let's do something Monday or Tuesday. We'll just talk about gear and what we have. And we'll go from there.
Okay. So when should I create my interviews?
When are we have 2 weeks until this happens, right? We have 2
Yeah.
weeks.
So I'll do it before then. So
Yeah,
you-
like it's great if we're in pre-pro, we have we have like 3 hard weeks, right? So we're in pre-pro up until the 17th, right? So, you know, right around the 18th, 19th, 20th, we should just be fully set. We should know everything that we're getting, and, you know, if we need anything else. So if you could start your interviews at the end of next week, that would help.
Okay.
So then I can lock creative, you know, probably like 10 days before shoot, around the 15th.
Yeah.
Send that off, right? So if you take the back end, so if you look at the calendar, we are 1 week away from the 10th. If you have a part of your interview started by the 10th, and then, you know, you get them to me by like the 3rd. It'd be great if you could interview next week. Sorry, I'll be very simple. If you could interview the ladies next week, just to talk about what they like and what they don't like, even if it's super raw, you get that over to me. I turn it into a creative by the 17th, right? And then we have the whole week of the 20th to prep.
This interview will be part of our ballot.
Great.
There's a whole list of things I show of each designer. It has nothing to do with the models, just the designer and what they've designed.
Oh, nice, nice.
So
yeah, I think because when I met with Andre, there was concern about, you know, how the models will be on screen and all that sort of stuff. I'm not concerned about that, right? I think if we get beautiful shots, Bart leans in, you know, we'll handle it. And Kat, you're at FIT or no? Oh,
No.
okay.
No, I outside marketing firm for Under Fashion Club.
Mm-hmm.
So I do their everything.
Got it. Okay.
Social, whatnot, web design, web. Anyway.
Nice. Yeah,
So-
let's think about social when we're filming too, Bart. Like, you know, turning these into like short little clips, you know, could go viral, you know. We created, you know, I just did a whole bunch of shorts for YouTube, you know, I created a red headset to make it a red duty, you know, blah, blah, blah. 15 seconds, you know, throw it out, becomes viral, you know.
Yeah.
The designers can repost it, you know, you can create like kind of viral energy around this. I think it's a cool concept.
And we're actually with this, we are pioneers. So we're in control. How we come up with this, no one has done this before. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of interest and a lot of exposure, and I think we should be prepared to you know, for ourselves, use this as a springboard as pioneers and visionaries. That it's I told Kat that it's like we just discovered diet soda. You know, there was only soda, and then all of a sudden it's diet soda, and now here's this whole untapped segment of society, and we're defining it.
I love it. Nice work, guys.
Okay.
All right, so any questions, email, text, you know, I'm very pleased how this went. It took an hour, but I feel this is, you know, one or two more Zooms, and I'll bring you up to date on the logistics and, you know, the call sheet and the addresses and all the little details.
I'm
But
looking forward to get the write-up from Rashid.
Yeah,
You can do a write-up.
I'll do something pretty, you know, so everyone kind of has it as like a synopsis, and then, you know, we
Yeah.
can break it down in more detail later.
Right.
good. Miss Tiara, thank you. Bart, thank you. Rashid, Pat, have a great weekend, and we'll
Yeah,
be
you too.
talking.
You too.
Have a
Nice
great
talking, everybody.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye-bye.
guys. Bye, I'll reach out.
All right.